What is up, everybody? My name is Adam. Some of you know me as Head18 and the voice for gaming. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day tonight. Today, I'm going to connect you guys with a showcase for the Voyager J Space Engineers for Xbox, and technically, you can use it for PC if you know how to access mod.io files, but it was built for Xbox Space Engineers. So, I am the first person ever to create Voyager J or recreate Voyager J as far as an actual ship. No one's done it in Minecraft or anything aside from a few people making 3D models of Voyager J. I'm the very first, and it was my pride and my joy to bring Voyager J to life. It was not the easiest thing to build, but I killed it, as I always do. I'm very good at executing and stepping up to plate when it comes to recreating Star Trek ships. I've been doing it for years, and I love what I do. So yeah, super pleased, and I'm going to show you guys all of the awesome features that the ship has, including functional saucer separation, both the saucer section and the star drive section. Star drive section includes the secondary hull and the warp nacelles. They can be flown as individual components, and yeah, it is a super awesome, angular, smooth design. It took a lot to flesh out the mold and whatnot, but I'm super proud with the final version. It's spot on. Alright, so there is a captain's chair, well, not a captain's chair, a cockpit in the starter section and the saucer section. So yeah, let me show you, go to the saucer section. Nothing special or fancy, just a cockpit piece. So, as all of my builds have incredible flying camera angles for the ship. So this ship is built completely out of light armor blocks. Anything that features saucer separation, you should normally do it in light armor blocks. It's just the smartest thing to do. But yeah, so this ship is actually really fun to fly. It accelerates really fast, because a lot of my Star Trek ships and stuff that I do nowadays are built out of heavy armor blocks, because that means they're more durable. You just take more gyroscopes and thrusters and whatnot to power and get them moving decently, but they're more, they don't get shredded. So anyway, the actions you have is you have up on the D-pad that moves the warp nacelles up like this. So that was a big thing with the original Voyager was the warp nacelles fold or move, they do kind of fold up. So yeah, you can do that and press that. That will bring them back down, because the warp nacelles and the saucer section, they are connected to the ship with like anti-gravity technology or just futuristic technology jumbo. And to do that in Space Engineers, I had to have the warp nacelles connected to the secondary hull some way. So actually, there are merge blocks buried inside of the star drive section, and then blast doors run all the way out and then connected to the hinges, and that was for the warp nacelle feature. It's an important thing to have, and hinges are relatively easy to work with. So yeah, it was it's just why not have that feature? They have to be connected to the ship anyway. And then merge blocks connect the saucer section and the secondary hull. So you can tell that, it is floating apart. So yeah, it's super cool. So anyway, you've got jump drive to the right of the D-pad. Left of the D-pad, you have saucer separation that will be able to separate the saucer from the star drive section. And down the D-pad, you have the photons. There are 2 photon torpedo tubes. I put them into the secondary hull. That's kind of a callback to the original Voyager Intrepid class. So I thought that was a cool feature to have. Then that way you also have some weapons as well. So I've got those set as a default to shoot on and off, but you can change that. As well, there is a beacon in the star drive section as well as the saucer section. So when you're flying the saucer section, you can just go to your groups. Go to your group, sorry, and set that up so you can have that. As a default, though, I have the beacon for the sausage section turned off because there's already one in the star drive section. So, that is an option as well. So yeah, that way, if you fly the sausage separation and star drive section separately, you don't lose the other part of the ship. So anyway, let me show you how the sausage section flies, and then we'll connect the star drive section to the sausage section. So it's as simple as pressing left on the D-pad. Both components of the ship, they fly really, really well. Also on the underside is the registry. So yeah, since it's all built out of light armor blocks, the amount of gyroscopes are just the perfect amount in both. You get really, really smooth turning, and again, the acceleration is ridiculous, at least for a lot of the ships I build, because they're built out of heavy blocks. So this is really nice to have a ship that flies super, super well and whatnot. I want to show off on the underside. It says NCC 74656-J. So that is the full registry on the underside of the sausage section, like they're supposed to be. Then if you're wondering what that little bit of blue there is, that's the actual deflector dish for the sausage section. Voyager J had just enough space to be able to put the name on the front of the sausage section. A little bit more forward than it is on the actual ship, but that's okay. It's better to have it there than to not. So we'll kind of move this to position and bring it to a stop. Kind of just let it slow down in general. Go to the star drive section. So again, it took a lot to mold the sharp angles that makes Voyager J, the ship that it is. It's very sharp in its angles. That's one of the biggest thing. This is the actual engraving for the hull. That's all proper. It's really cool. It's a really cool ship. I had so much fun recreating it. Once again, another thing is I wanted to have bragging rights. Like, there are very few people who do what I do, recreate Star Trek ships. It takes a lot of time to do all of that and stuff. So, not everybody does it. As you can see, the secondary hull also has really good acceleration. It's a little bit slower because the secondary hull had a lot less space. So the secondary hull actually has 2 jump drives, so that means you can actually go to warp. The sausage section does not have any jump drives in it, but that kind of also makes sense too, since you can't go to warp without warp nacelles. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe in the future you can. We're gonna turn her around. Yeah, the pinstriping on the sausage section and the star drive section actually really does help make connecting the saucer easier and whatnot. So because I disconnected the merge blocks from the saucer section, I'm going to line up the star drive section as best as I can. Then the saucer I'll have to go back to the saucer and actually reactivate the connection of the blocks fully. But yeah. I wonder if anybody else is going to be creating Voyager J, because Voyager J, the Trek community, from what I've seen, they kind of have mixed feelings about it. I haven't heard anyone saying like, oh, this is an abomination to Trek. Some people, feel like about, some Trekkies have strong feelings about Discovery or Lower Decks. We all have our different tastes and stuff. I personally like everything Star Trek. It's all great to me, but I'm not the best when it comes to having a biased opinion. It's kind of like things where I don't. It's simple that way. Alright, let's go up a little bit. Like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get out. Go back to the saucer section, since once again this is where we connected it, so we couldn't connect it from there. We couldn't reconnect it from the star drive section without going back to the saucer section. So doing that. Now if we just move it down. Almost there. There we go. Boom. And we've reconnected back to the star drive section. So it's really, really simple. Now the ship as a whole flies really well. And yeah, I mean, so saucer separation, since I knew that both halves, to have the saucer noticeably floating apart from the secondary hull, having a minimal merge block connection was the best way to do it. It was an awesome opportunity to have saucer separation. And as you can see, the ship flies really well, it turns really well. So yeah, it's a super fun creation that I think a lot of people will like. So not everyone likes Voyager J, but for the few of you out there who do, now you can enjoy it for yourself in Space Engineers. For Xbox, and also I know that PC, there's crossplay between PC and Xbox now, so PC users can actually enjoy mod.io builds. How you do that, I don't know, but I'm sure there are tutorials out there. But anyways, yeah, this is my professional recreation of Voyager J. Thank you to everybody who checked out this showcase. Yeah, those are all the features, and once again, in the groups are the beacons for both, so you can turn those on and off, but there is, as a default, it will be off, but the saucer section does have a beacon, so if you're flying that apart, you can turn that on, so you won't lose your saucer section. Yeah, really, really fun build, and yeah, I was just happy to bring Voyager J to life, and honestly, I'm going to have so much fun playing with this ship myself, because it actually flies really well. Like, a lot of my Star Trek recreations are a little bit slow because heavy armor block builds, but yeah, this one isn't. But yeah, there you go. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the ship for yourself, and if you like this and you want to see more of my Trek builds, you can check out all of my Trek builds on mod.io at HeadHunterMK118. I've been professionally recreating Star Trek ships for years. Space Engineers has been around for almost a year, but yeah, so I've got lots and lots of awesome Trek builds already up there, more to come, and yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.